everyone, today we're going to be talking about FAFSA and why it matters. Before we begin, you guys should just remember that you guys can follow along for free on our website with a follow along note and worksheet, just to make sure you're covering all the concepts and understanding everything clearly. So, to begin, we're going to talk about what is FAFSA. So FAFSA is important basically because it's free money for college. You get eligibility for grants, scholarships, loans, and work study. And many people assume that FAFSA is a loan, but it is not a loan. It's a tool used by colleges along with other platforms like the CSS profile to determine how much you're going to be paying for school and your aid eligibility. This is one of the ways that students rely on for paying for college. And although some people assume that FAFSA gives nothing, some students will receive aid, and for many it's actually required to complete out of school. So, what does FAFSA stand for? FAFSA stands for the Free Application for Federal Student Aid. And again, just to repeat and reiterate what we said, it determines eligibility for grants, scholarships, federal loans, and work study programs. Many colleges, universities, and even trade schools use FAFSA to award financial aid. So you're going to be wanting to fill this out just to make sure that you're getting that aid for those schools. And these are the types of aid that FAFSA provides. Grants, which is Pell Grants, FCEOGs, basically this is just free money, loans, subsidized and unsubsidized loans, and work study, which is part-time job opportunities. And these are basically just getting paid to do your homework and studying, so it's basically free money. You just sit at a desk and do your work. And now we're going to be going over how to apply for FAFSA, and we're going to go step by step just to make sure that you guys are familiarized with the FAFSA process. So the first step is gathered all required documents. There's several. Also, if you're doing the CSS profile, it's going to take quite some time as well, and it might even require more documents. But the required documents are your social security number, your parents' tax returns, and W-2 forms, bank statements, and a list of schools that you would want to apply to. You can also make sure that as you're choosing which schools you want to find their FSA, it's not an ID, but they have a certain code that you send to each school just to make sure that you're sending it to the right school so you are receiving aid. Step 2 is to create an FSA ID. So each student gets their own FSA ID and also parents. And it's important to also memorize this FSA ID because you're going to need this every single year when reapplying for aid at whichever school you're attending. So you don't want to forget this. Step 3 is to make sure that you're checking for mistakes, ensure parent signatures if needed, and just to basically review and submit. And you're going to want to make sure that you receive a student aid report, and colleges will send their financial aid-based packages based on these FAFSA results. So now let's go over some common mistakes to avoid. Many students do miss their FAFSA deadlines. Perhaps they also enter the incorrect social security numbers. You're going to need your parents and your own social security number. Not listing all the schools and simply just listing one school. That's a very common error. Forgetting to sign and submit. Honestly, a lot of people do this error, and it will cost you a lot of money, as sometimes FAFSA even comes out in intervals, and not intervals, but depending on who submits first, sometimes they receive more aid. And also just assuming that you won't qualify for aid. That's a common mistake. So yeah, don't forget to use the free follow along notes, and see you soon. Bye.